strong. It makes leading the game in those early stages as well a little bit easier.
Was Weaver banned?
No, Weaver has not been banned, which is what I was about to ask. Do we just see HellRaisers do what they always do, which is first phase Weaver?
Potentially. just because, again, it's just the idea of the hero is...
They can go for the Mars as well, or they can go for the Timber. Now, you do have the pure damage impetus of the Enchantress versus him. Doesn't care way too much, especially if the Enchantress is position 5.
That's the thing. Are they trying to see if they can force Team Spirit to make the Enchantress a core? Or do you not like that idea?
I don't think you force it like this. They can only decide that the Enchantress is core eventually, but you aren't forcing that with your own picks.
Okay.
You can force it to be a support, but forcing it to core, it just
feels like this is just a weird train of thought. Like, Ent 5 is perfectly fine.
Let's pick a hero that's so bad versus Enchantress. They promote it to a core.
Hey, remember the first game with the Bloodseeker, okay? Where they just overwhelmed him?
This is something that I thought they might go for. I thought that if they didn't open up with the Shadow Demon, if they opened up something else, this Batrider would have been good. It's a very solid pick versus Enchantress. Today as well in one of the games, OGC just lost versus a Batrider with that Enchantress very easily. Instead, they ban it out.
The issue with Spirit's opening right now is simply they just don't have anything for Timbersaw, of course. I think we mentioned that. And it's the fact that...
I didn't.
Okay, I'm sorry. You know when we mentioned the idea about the
I mean, you see the Timber, you know, like it's...
But like, these heroes also don't like being ran at, right? Earthshaker is a very slow hero in terms of he enables his offlane. He enables greedier offlanes to have presence. So naturally ones that can also be independent. But if you ever 10 minutes, these heroes are very weak. Enter the lane winner. If you don't win the lane,
we
exist.
We discussed this exactly in the OGC draft as well. Shaker. First thing we mentioned is Necro, Pugna, Bat, right? Bat has been banned out. Now you have the Necro and the Pugna that are pretty much your most popular offlaners that are played with the Shaker on that offlane. Necro would be kind of decent versus the Timber as well, but Shadow Demon has that capability of bringing the save versus the ult. Now, the thing is, Shaker can be really underwhelming if you don't find that right combo, because he needs a Blink Dagger eventually, which means he will soak up a lot of space after that laning stage. And if you aren't able to provide him with that, you might just fall flat in the mid game. And if the team has something like a Timbersaw that doesn't require an initiating item, just constantly bullies you, and follows up with the Shadow Demon that also doesn't require pretty much nothing besides, let's say, an Aether Lens at some point, it can be a very problematic shaker game.
But I'm joking. I kind of like actually Veno for Team Spirit.
Oh yeah, Veno is
not right now, but like at some point in the draft if it opens up a little bit more. Just because I see the Shaker who naturally pairs really well with the Veno because the Veno can just have a free lane.
I do really like the Veno as a hero.
How much do you like it? That's not. You're not selling it.
They go with the
I wasn't trying to sell it.
Yeah, they go with the more stable combo.
I gave up after I said it aloud. It just kind of sunk in a bit more. I was like, you don't have a stun. It's kind of bad.
It's flexible. It can lane with the Shaker. It can also be your mid. There is the save in the form of Shadow Demon, which is a problem. If he lanes against you, those stacks can also be quite a problem. The Ghost Shroud does not help you versus the Demon. So, yeah. Then again, it is a decent Necro game with the Shaker on the lane. He should be fine.
In terms of lane, it is, but it still doesn't answer the question of how do we stop them coming towards us. Like, you already, like, in terms of that early fight, the Scythe pretty much is meaningless because if Shadow Demon is in the right spot...
Necro is the one that can stand in front, right? Even versus the Timber, even versus the Shadow Demon. He's the one that you're thinking about. Right, Disruptor.
But is HellRaisers not just thinking maybe a Pugna still? Like screw over the Necro, gives you early push, a lot of pressure? Or is
it's good versus Enchantress, it's good versus Necro.
Depends on this next pit. Oh, they go Ursa.
Okay, this is a Pugna then.
It's also decent versus...
There's like some weird Nigma type draft where they got absolutely rolled over and it didn't work at all. So maybe Spirit have a different adaptation and spin on it. But
I mean, this Ursa is for the Timber, right? Now you have that lane that's actually decent versus him as well.
But this is the big bait that you have. And this is why Timbersaw rose to such prominence, was the fact that you invest heavily into dealing with the Timber. And then HellRaisers still have 2 picks to go. Pos 1, Pos 2.
Also, don't you just feel good as a disruptor in this game against Ursa, right? Because the stats resistance isn't going to help at all. You can glimpse him away if he jumps on top of someone.
I don't think you really worry about the disruptor too much if you're an Ursa. There is a chance for HellRaisers, alright, they go with the Riki. I was thinking maybe even something like a good old combo of Naga Disruptor. You're playing versus Necro, so probably not the best option. They go for the Riki instead.
But we talked about this before. When you pick a Riki, what are you enabling? What do we think HellRaisers are looking towards here?
For this, though, I think this is the type of Riki game where you're always going to have like the nullifier value is very high. You've got that kite potential. There's not a lot of laning pressure right now. Riki will have a decent time because of Disruptor. You're always going to be able to survive the Ursa. You're going to just blink away from him, blink strike, sorry. You've got the tricks of the trade. It's like, there's so many ways in which Riki just prolongs a fight.
I think the nullifier point is really important here. It's really good versus the Necro, and at one point you're making him half a hero that he really is with that Riki. Team Spirit ban out the co-op. So basically you see HellRaisers that are matching their pace when it comes to these aggressive plays, right? But their two supports come online a little bit faster, a little bit easier, let's say. They just need the levels.
The question is, how does HellRaisers round out their draft to actually be able to play tempo? I really always love the idea of like a TA plus Riki combo, because you just have that instant jump potential. You actually have a way to hit towers, and when you collapse on the map, you can always take Roshan, give Aegis to Riki, and your game's pretty much secured from that point. The issue is you don't have last picks, maybe...
They have no stuns. HellRaisers
stuns or whatever. What, do you need stuns?
You don't need stuns if people die in 2 hits, right?
We need stuns.
Yeah.
All right,
on the other side, you have the fissure, at least. On the HellRaiser side, yeah, you do have some way.
Even though Ursa and this your character control the drop.
It's Dire's turn to pick. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Radiant's turn to pick.
Razor.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Templar Assassin.
You can choose now, if you're able. 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Throughout the event or something. Way to
Wait,
go!
whoa.
Those lads. Wait, what?
My froze in game or my froze from the panel? Like
From the panel. You're the pros from the
thank you,
panel.
thank
They're
you.
great.
Ruined
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Well,
thank you.
I think you need to. I can't do the H thing. I can't say it right, but I was gonna say hold up a little bit because, man, I have seen a timber saw get pummeled a few times in my day by an Ursa, and I'm a little worried about that one. I don't know how you're feeling, Mr. Trendster.
Yeah, Timber is he's a very interesting hero. He feels like the kind of hero that shouldn't be like first phase, first ban, and yet he was for like the past month and a bit. Kind of fallen off a little bit now, but they're still gonna pick him up relatively early in this one for HR. And it's the reason why he doesn't feel like he should be like early pickable is because you worry so much about his laning stage. And you just wonder, like, you know, if he doesn't get that good laning stage, if he's not in between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower, kind of demolishing one of these lanes, how well can he actually exert his influence in the mid game? These guys are raring to go. Passing hits back and forth. They're like, come on, who's holding us up?
You know what's perfect about this, though? I was going to take some time to talk about the situation we might find ourselves in a couple of days.
Yes, please do.
Ladies and gentlemen out there, this game matters a hell of a lot. Much more for Team Spirit than HellRaisers. If Team Spirit win this game, we are well on our way to a path towards a 3-way tiebreaker to find one person coming out of that who moves on to the next stage of this tournament. There's some weird math stuff going on. But right now, if everything sort of follows the way that it would, you would expect, the last day of the tournament, so it would be just a couple of days away, May 6th, it would be Virtus Pro facing off against Team Spirit. And hypothetically, that match, if it's like a 2-1, could turn into now a 3-way tie. And then we have like a best of 1 round robin of death that we've all seen work out horribly time and again. So yeah, potentially 3-way tiebreaker in the CIS region. Could be interesting.
I don't think I can't recall at least a tournament where we've had the tiebreaker day like set apart and actually had like enough time for it that the tiebreakers don't like just feel awful. You know, they're not just like at the end of the day. Sometimes they're like the second half of a day and it's not so bad, but this time we have an entire day off dedicated to either rest or tiebreakers if required. So I'm kind of down. Usually, you know, tiebreakers not that excited for because it's going to be big delay and stuff, but make them play it out, you know, get your guaranteed slot there as we move on to the playoffs.
I will say the WePlay team put together a whole lot of tiebreaker rules to make sure it doesn't happen. It's like, you know, head-to-head result between the tied teams, then the game difference, results against lower seeded teams, and only then and then would you actually finally have a tiebreaker where it's best of ones played until the tie is broken. So they really didn't want it to happen, but depending upon how this works out, it could actually happen, which is kind of insane because normally you don't see that many like equivocations in a tiebreaker rule then leading to tiebreakers actually happening.
Well, I just hope it goes to the time rating because we all know that's the peak of tiebreaker rules.
I like coin flip personally. That's usually my first tiebreaker rule if I was making a tournament.
You'd be a great TO for the viewers, you know? Instantly on to the playoffs.
I like it.
All right, this is like the weakest battle for Rune ever. They chuck out a Thunder Strike. Oh, but wait! Oh, he's dead.
Don't run off.
Pushka.
Oh, there's the fissure and the body blocks. Who they giving the kill to?
Hey,
Somebody.
exactly.
Hopefully. Are you kidding me? What the hell are y'all doing, Team Spirit?
He just spent a lot of tangos cutting his way through there, but I can't believe he lived. Am I crazy, or did Misha just stop hitting him?
No, they did. I wonder if that was... Is there any chance that that was the plan overall? Because now the Hulk has no reach.
If anything, they were just trying to give a kill to Afterlife. You always take first blood. You never just give it away.
All right, maybe they get here. Dude, if he dies now, oh, Pushka, no.
Afterlife's not committing. He's good, he's good.
Oh my God. Although he has like got the worst start to his laning stage ever now. Dude, he's got to walk home. Oh wait, no, he's bringing out another salve, but he's got to use it. Man, Pushka's going to be broke as a joke this game.
Is there any suffering from this? I mean, Ursa's been alone this whole time. He's 1-0. Can't really do much versus Timber and Ursa at the time. Or sorry, Timber and SD. Plus, he only has Fury Swipes to start with. They're still keeping all three here, though.
I guess just really wanting to shut down the Ricky early, or I guess just make Miposhka feel terrible.
Yeah, or just try and straight up kill Miposhka. But yeah, it will end now, and Miposhka will find the space for the nice pull through to the hard camp. Loses a couple. They managed to make their way.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, Duraccio and Funnick have both managed to get level 2. Misha takes over the speedy creep, the little kobold foreman.
That's actually so good with Ursa, dude.
Oh my God, dude, the body block's coming through. Duraccio just has to disrupt him to try and run away, but the body blocks.
No, Roger, you need a body block with your illusions.
Well, he will be able to make his escape as the Fury Swipes wear off.
So that's a pretty cool use. Unfortunately, you can't re-enchant anymore, so his life will end now.
So, okay, he did what he loved. He died doing what he.
I love how he takes that one sip as he's like falling, you know?
Yeah.
He gets a little drink in there.
Oh, another round. Funnick getting hit a couple of times here. Does have to Timber chain away. Going the 1-1-0 build on the Timber Saw so far. What about these other lanes, though? Razor versus TA doesn't sound that fun.
No, a little bit of a snoozer. You just keep pulling the wave apart as GBK, and then you have neutrals, so you'll be all right, you know. Okay. Poor Razor, man. This hero was like so overtuned for a while with his ability to farm creep waves. Now, he's still really good. He still does his old job well, but it was kind of crazy for a while where you could just like dominate mid and then run to the jungle and then just come back mid, just passively AoE damaging all the time.
I think whenever like a hero's like most often maxed ability is a passive, it's like not great. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like not a fun hero necessarily.
Would you suggest that might make them broken, like someone like Earthshaker?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, potentially.
Autumn, Roger.
Well, they are going to, in the end, be able to find first blood nonetheless for Team Spirit. So, in spite of missing out on the Disruptor kill, they take down Roger instead.
Yeah, Misha can now afford boots if he wants to as well.
TA? Mid lane. Holding on to the refraction.
Turn it either, because Kisani's lane is still in a pretty good spot where he's very safe right now. Emergent not finding the best rotations. He's still like getting a lot of space for Afterlife. Like he's getting all the XP and he's not really suffering without the Earthshaker being there. So his rotations are still fine. He's also going to try and secure the rune right now at 4 minutes. Yeah, haste rune top. I don't think either of them have bottles though, so he's just going to take it. Yeah. It was spotted by that dire ward though, so they know that a hasted shaker is coming. So Miposhka should be okay, but it's still pretty hard kill considering how low Afterlife is.
Yeah, he was getting gone on a little bit there by Nyx. Obviously spotting out that ward, they realized, okay, we, can kind of get more aggressive onto the Necrophos and Afterlife.
Clarity.
Got it.
Vern just ran up, punched him, and ran away.
What a petty guy. That's great though.
He has an observer ward here too, so he's gonna look for a courier kill, as they will find a hero kill on Roger in the bottom.
Rajio picks that one up again, and Funnick not able to find the punish afterwards. So that courier does go down up top. In the meantime, bottom, they're trying to beat into Funnick a little bit, but He has 5 sick charges still. Could try and turn this onto Dyrachyo. I mean, it's getting close. You got to be really careful overextending on Dyrachyo here. He's super low.
Yeah, but he has no trees, so he can't get all the big bonus damage or the chain. Like Dyrachyo's even cutting all the trees that were like between or like on the opposite side of him, you know?
Yeah, that's a cool play. Recognizing the danger. Oh God, careful though, buddy. Misha has a centaur. Maybe they're hoping for an overextend. He's not going to do it.
Immersion mid lane has the Fisher prepped and ready here, but it's only level. GK's so close to 6 as well. Okay, this could be really good if he can break this. Oh man, Kasani knew though. He's like, yeah, he doesn't have the speed to break this.
And now he's taking a couple tower shots. Nice play. Misha actually spawns on the other side of the fissure though. Doesn't manage to get the enchant off. Had to run away from Kasani. GPK doesn't have the damage still. Minus 68. And he has to back away from there. Kasani maybe overextending a little bit here. He lays down the trap. Chase comes through yet again. The Centaur Stomp. Well played, Immersion. Enchant Totem punch down. Big win as Immersion able to find that kill. He does get taken down by Roger eventually, but you'll take that death every day of the week.
Up top, they went after Afterlife, but you can see, oh man, the magic wand with that shroud from almost nothing back up to 60%. He's having a great time up here considering he's alone.
I wonder if you start thinking about like going an early nullify. I guess you've got Shadow Demon ulti too to deal with the Necrophos.
Yeah, Rookie will get one eventually, but other things are more important.
You know, it's kind of interesting too. We've seen all that movement around by Immersion, but none of these camps have been stacked up in the jungle really. Even with that more mobile hero, he hasn't been able to do it. It's
too hard as Shaker, because like Shaker, you have to be in that perfect position. You just have to like camp and wait basically. You're basically laying claymores in like Call of Duty or something. You know, you're camping, you're waiting, and then they die. They're like, oh cool, you waited there for like 30 seconds and fissured me. Congrats, dude.
Man, speaking of which, Pushka is gonna get ran down there. Afterlife did not manage to get that last hit, so won't get the bonus regen for himself. As they chase down Nyx a little bit, have the dust popped. Okay, chase down. He does have the tricks of the trade to walk away, but juking through these trees is not going to be easy. They're diving super far for this one as another fissure comes out, has another round of the blink strike away. Nyx retreating, gets away. Great escape from HellRaisers.
And that was the end of their dust too, so looks like they're thinking about the Regoose as well onto Immersion as he leaves.
Salva, Immersion got to run away. They have Reaper Scythe though. Got to be careful about overextending, and yeah, they're going to back out and probably just give up the kill here on to Roger. Fissure's going to land. Reaper Scythe comes out. He is dead. Immersion does not get brought down. I don't think. Well, maybe
the poison.
Run out in a second. Oh God, he's 20 HP. Just barely gets out.
That was nice. Good TP. A couple times when that Roger has died and there have been like 3 or 4 stacks on people and he just barely doesn't get the kill. He's actually had a really good game in terms of his rotations. The 1, 3, and 0 I don't think really represents how well he's been playing.
Poor guy. Yeah, sometimes it just feels that way on Shadow Demon, I guess. You want to find those kills, but not going to be able to get the acceleration of farm. Still going to be relevant in the late game, obviously.
Man, Sonic coming in. He only has brown boots, though.
And Misha is the one that gets ran into. Will go down by the jump in, but they can't break the TP from Afterlife. And I feel like that's a story we might be telling a couple times.
They had Glimpse. He really didn't get in range. He was so close. I can't believe that Glimpse wasn't in range. He must have been convinced he was going to get there in time because it must have been like the last pixel. Like, I know it's short at level 1, but damn, he was really close.
Well, not able to punish. Would have loved to be level 5 right there from Pushka, I'm sure. But
now
again,
they're going to bring all 3 again.
Run it at him. Kasani is nearby. Picks up an Iron Talon for himself. Got a bunch of little neutral items there.
Yeah, that's only their second, I think, on the dire, where they have all 4 on the Radiant already.
Down bottom, Dyrachyo getting on Funnick. Now he has to back out again. The Chakram high there, up top lane. Afterlife moves back in. They find Misha. I think they thought that the Razor was gone. He definitely is not.
Jirachi bottom? I mean, look at this play, man. This is getting real close.
Dude, he's crazy.
Jeez. Yeah, holding out ulti for a while. Yeah, I would have thought he was gone too. He stuck around there for so long as a mid player.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's
Shaker. He wishes he was level 6 so much.
Yeah, that will be a mega worth for sure. I mean, I would be very tempted to try and find my way back there.
Dude,
But it's too dangerous. This is so much XP.
God.
He can't leech. And then he's scanning it like, no, they're farming it. Hurry, go.
They're
Come
moving
with me.
There's a lot of heroes here. Got to be careful walking up this hill. They're soaking up the XP. Immersion walks up forward. Doesn't quite have that level 6. The disruption. Afterlife moving into net as they bring in the Ricky as well. The stun comes out. Roger going to drop with this one. They keep Immersion alive. In the meantime, Razor finishes off those stacks, but that was a lot of trade out for the XP.
Echo now too.
Moving in, they find the Reaper site. Kill onto Pushka, dead for 38 seconds. Jirachi is going to come in and clean up the rest of it. They brought everybody.
Yeah, that was a really nice play because with how much time Kasani was spending up top, just like waiting for that additional kill. Immersion. Oh, gets caught being a bit too cheeky there, trying to take the outpost all by himself. I think they're out of detection here too. Yeah, nothing else left. But yeah, that was needed by the Razor because he could have actually been ahead of the TA at this point.
Dire's top tower is about to fall.
And missing out on that opportunity. GPK is just going to go back and push out the wave again, then farm out the rest of the jungle. And that was, like you said, that one advantage that you kind of had on the HellRaisers lineup is they were stacking up that side significantly more so. And you look at the Timbersaw, he doesn't feel like that threatening, terrifying force that you normally see at this point in the game. Only now at about 11 minutes is he going to be able to finally take down this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, all those force rotations though I think are actually kind of good for HellRaisers, even though they missed out and they only got like half that stack. Oh well, Roger, as I'm saying, that is going to go down here by the looks of it. Maybe not.
Well,
oh yeah, no, he's dead. There's a yank cutting off his path.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Oh, eventually here, he's just gonna die.
Nicely done. In the meantime, they get the glimpse pullback there on the TA. GPK overextending a little bit. Do they have any save at all? Not quite. Rachio jumps into Funnick, but can't make anything else happen there. Oh, and now the jump forward. Nick's finding another kill on the Misha. HellRaisers punishing hard.
Yeah, Ench without Untouchable is not that great. She just dies very quickly to someone like Ricky.
She's 660 HP right now. Just no stats.
Yeah, she takes she took 235 from Tricks the Trade and just 148 from a backstab. Like, that's crazy. He basically two-shot her. He did 450 damage in that instance.
Crazy.
So I think them all rotating to the neutrals is kind of okay though, because Funnick got a little bit of that breathing room to like take down this tower, and now it's gonna start pushing the Radiant team up here. And guess what? The Radiant team have a TA, and so she doesn't get Ancients. This hero, not that great without Ancients. Still good, but not broken. So now you have a question as Team Spirit of like, how do we regain control over this area when we have to fight against a Ricky the whole time? You never know when he's right under you. So there's a lot of pressure on the vision game for the Radiant, and that really hurts when you have kind of greedy supports like Ench and especially the Shaker, of course.
Yeah, and I guess you could say like if you can keep that TA over there, then or Shaker gain a free lane to himself or something like that would be amazing. But as you said, if he's not with the TA or at least nearby enough, they can't really turn around a gank if it shows up. Particularly with like no force staffs or anything online. Funnick is just man-moding this tier 1 tower here mid, but is gonna have to back out eventually. And Chimper chains over to one of the trees he creates. Nice.
Kasani is still dealing with a couple stacks they had set up there. That smoke was just spotted and pinged by Shaker, so good job having that ward still in place. Even though he died placing it and then trying to capture the outpost, still gonna help out a lot.
Sent his Centaur up to the high ground there. Might have spotted the shadow poison, not sure. But everybody from Team Spirit grouping together now.
I will just start making that rotation down here with the Razor too, though, because I think the Radiant are going to start forcing in there, and I think you can fight them right now.
Okay. They just finished the Diffusal Blade on GPK. Also, the Ursa going for a Vlad's of all things for Duraccio.
Probably just for the Roche potential too. They just want to help secure it early enough for the TA. Just a very good item. Like, she already has her death though, so they could just do it super fast. And that also comes down to the way that Dire plays. We talk about this a lot, where like if you take that tier 2 on the earlier end, it's hard for them to just like counter with Roche, but they can just easily sneak this Roche. And again, reading the map just like we are, where all that pressure's down bottom. Timber might ruin this though. Funnick knows. Yeah. Probably got that big brain.
Although he hits it just a little bit on the early side, and Team Spirit, I mean, they might actually.
But Roger just saw the bounty's gone though. I thought he was gonna poison him. He wants that creep wave maybe instead.
Wow. Oh, that's crazy. Imagine how much this changes if he poisons Roche just to check one time.
I don't even know if they would be scared, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Nonetheless, GPK picks up the Aegis. And I'm sure right now in voice comms, I told you guys, listen to me. I'm Funnick.
The big benefit here is that they're probably going to get the mid-tier one first now, at least more than likely. They should focus this down, because if HR can secure that mid-tier 1 tower, that's like the last bastion for like really easy access and control into that Radiant jungle.
Graccio walks forward, spots Pushka, realizes, okay, we're getting wrapped on. And they are going to play it a little bit more safe now. Diffusal blade done on that Ricky. Funnick still just the one that's standing in front of these towers. I don't know how to rate this game going into the late game either. Like, part of me is feeling like T has just been so good recently that she could be the be-all end-all. As I think that that's going to be a D ward immediately about Misha.
I would say it's like kind of fairly even heading late, honestly. Like, assuming that no one has a crazy lead or anything, it looks like 6 cores across the game that are just all like pretty mid-game dependent. Up top, that's a free kills, and Earthshaker tries to get his blink. But oh, mid lane, can they bring anyone back? Lucas says not worth.
I don't know why Roger tipped immersion right there, but whatever, that's fine. You know, sometimes you just gotta tip somebody. Yeah, very.
And over here, Radiant's top
It's
tower.
CTA coming. Yeah, you might want to fight this, or at least push mid. Yeah, that's definitely the correct answer. Unfortunately, there's 2 traps here, so Funnick's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna hit the tower. Oh, nice. They wasted one of the traps, not on creeps.
Okay.
Sick.
Maybe they're gonna try and come in and contest and like set up for a backstab play or something. Doesn't matter. Immersion's back to cut the wave afterwards. And he's still a pretty decent ways away from it, the blink dagger.
These towers are so low, dude. It's just both teams are just like setting 5 and then retreating, then setting 5. But now this time they will fall. Team Spirit gonna get that mid-tier 1 with ease of the Aegis and the Deso. And now the blink dagger closing in here for GPK.
Pushka, gotta be careful.
Yeah,
That's the fissure block off, and he's dead.
Better luck next time.
I don't know. HellRaisers, like, and now they're spread out and they go back to farming, and maybe they're gonna try and take over the other tier 1 tower mid in a second. Oh god, immersion caught yet again. Do they have any saves? Oh, good takedown of the tree there. They weren't able to get in rage on Funnick, and instead they lose Roger. Immersion, it's your time to tip him, buddy. Meanwhile, the jump away, they got the Reaper Scythe control and takedown the kill on the Nyx.
I'm really surprised they went back in there. I thought they were just dodging the Aegis, and we're like, all right, we're not fighting. Like, there's nothing to gain here. They already took the tower. Seems like a very poor time to try and engage the team with the Aegis.
And then they spot out this Ancient stack as well, and they're going to move back in and clear through it super quickly. They don't have Reaper Scythe, but I don't know if it necessarily matters. All right, Funnick moves over, and they have to back out.
Man, this Aegis take was like worst case scenario, because now they're clearing your Ancient stack after the... Oh man, to like clear up all their neutrals, like, it's pretty bad. They already have 3 of them now, I think, on the Radiant because of that.
Now, the Embrace picked up for the Ursa. What else do we have? The Grove Bow for the TA. And then there's a Pupil's Gift just hanging out, ready to go to whoever.
All right, big one though, the Stone. Humongous game for the Aghanims on the SD, if he wants to try for it after the Aether.
Well, it's such a good Shadow Demon game, just like because of the Reaper Scythe and you know, a TA jumping on anybody. It's a really good one for Roger.
I don't know if I want to give it to my Disruptor though, because like Disruptor just needs like straight up brown boots eggs, and it's like the most broken hero.
Yeah,
because you know they have all BKBs, like TA and Ursa are just so dependent on it.
True enough. 11 to 7, 1,000 gold lead right now as the Guardian Greaves get finished for Necrophos. They've still got this Aegis for another 30 seconds roughly. So it's probably going to be the extent of what we see done with the Aegis.
I'm really surprised the gold lead isn't larger. The XP is probably worse, is it? Yeah, it's like almost 2K because the HellRaisers I just see as a 5-man blob all the time right now.
Oh, Braccio chasing Funnick. He gets away, and it's going to be a trade-off of bounty runes most likely, although Team Spirit haven't gone to collect theirs yet. Smoke up with 3, immersion, blink dagger done, looking up high ground, trying to find somebody. If things get dicey, this is where it could turn south super quickly, but they've already lost Misha. Still very fragile on that Enchantress. Level 9, no untouchable. They pull back in. The big bad bear turns now on to Funnick. Aegis just expiring, but they're all grouping together. Do they want to try and turn this with an Echo Slam? Oh, immersion. He can taste it. He wants to go, but it is not going to look that well for them as Duraccio is eventually going to die. Afterlife also in some trouble. They're all walking together, grouped up again in the mid. River walking in. Funnick controlled. Reaper's Sight dead. Afterlife going to get a lot of regen from this, but Ricky found immersion in the back line.
Oh, nice.
Can't get anything off. Nyx the God as they take down 3. Does need to get out of there, but will eventually die. But he did his job. Now the chase forward, looking for more of a push. He gets 3-shot by GPK, and back and forth we go. GPK cleaned up for him.
Yeah, goodbye back from Misha. Comes in and helps get the kill on for the Ricky, as well as moving forward there for the last kill from GPK as well. 14 to 11, pretty much dead even right now in terms of net worth. And looks like XP now also going to equalize out here. In fact, it's a bit in favor of Team Spirit, just a little bit still. And now the Basher's done for the Ursa, though. That's going to make the life much harder now for our Timbersaw player here, Mr. Funnick.
And you could tell, like, this game, it's really hard for Immersion to find a good echo with, like, all the sort of vision they've got on the side of HellRaisers, weird damage that just, like, can randomly break a Blink Dagger. I don't know what he needs, but it's something. He needs something.
Yeah, it's also just like, level 1 echo isn't the end all be all. It's almost up to level 12 right now, though, so he's almost got. He was coming in the back line. Their vision situation isn't amazing, and they're just gonna take the freebie on the Misha.
Dude, this guy, he just gets destroyed.
It's so funny when they don't take untouchable. It's just like, you're expecting it to be slowed, and then you're like, oh yeah, right.
You just get gobbled. Well, he is dead for 45 seconds, and HellRaisers are finally going to be able to claim this mid-tier 1 tower that they've been stalking for a while. Astron picked up for the Ricky. He's just going to use that one to farm. I thought he might have been trying to go for some type of a pick-off play.
He just needs gold. It's going to look so much like last game with the Ricky, where he just really needs the BKB and then the nullifier, and suddenly he becomes useful.
Right.
When that happens. Nuisances. When it comes.
Watch out. These bounty runes are still here 3 minutes later. Just all been playing on this side of the map. Yeah, 14 to 12. Next Roche, we're going to see how long it's going to be in 15 seconds. It definitely feels like it's that type of a game, though. You just wait for Roche and sort of hit the timing on it over and over again. BKB for TA.
Yeah, and when you hit into those games, a lot of that comes down to like who's got the better jump and the initiation and like the blow up potential. And that is one thing HR are lacking a little bit. Like it's all on the Ricky, and that's such a like dicey style of jump in and kill everybody. Not so much with the BKB. That definitely changes things.
Fissure onto 2. The follow-up echo is there if they want to go for it. They blow up 1. No save now, but Nyx yet again found immersion. The echo slam comes out, but it wasn't enough. They couldn't quite control him. Got his BKB up. Now trying to run away. Immersion's able to escape, but Kasani, a big ulti coming down from the disruptor, and that actually kills off Duraccio.
Yeah.
Ulti became good blink away. No damage. Refraction is still good, but they will kill Afterlife. So 3 go down for that Shadow Demon.
Being on the run from Disruptor is terrifying. He still has an Observer ward and another in a moment here. They might get TA too.
Oh, can't quite get vision.
Oh, I'm really surprised he didn't high ground there for that.
Yeah. Disruptor is a scary ass hero. All right, another turn for HellRaisers. Yeah.
Does work very well with someone like Ricky and Timbersaw, just like anyone who can blink forward and just get you that vision. There's so many times they've been able to separate the herd of Team Spirit and just like pick them apart one by one.
I mean, do you feel like they are ahead right now though on HellRaisers? Because it still feels like Team Spirit have a lot of potential damage on their squad. Like you've got all these, big initiators, blinks on both the Earthshaker and the TA. How are you reading the game right now?
I think a lot of it is just down to Nyx on the Riki. Like, there's a ton of pressure on him in this match. Same with Kasani too, because the halberd is like so crucial right now that he can basically just negate the input from some of these cores on the Radiant side. They're smoking up though. They're coming. There's no Echo Slam, but even just a Fissure to break this up, and it might get ugly in there.
They have that TA trap. They've got full vision, waiting for the Roche to get really, really low. The jump in is going to be there in just a second. Do they go for it? GPK jumps in, gets the catch with the Snatch of the Aegis. Going to be able to live through at least one time, but is he going to go down second time? Well, the control on Phonic, not quite enough with TA coming back in. They've already blown up Misha, but there's no real surprise there. Evil Scepter to walk away, chase forward, looking for Kasani. He's controlled, but on the wrong side of the fissure. They get the Reaper Scythe off, though. That's going to be enough with the punch coming from Duraccio to kill off that Razor.
As they were leaving, and I saw Roger ping it, and then Phonic went in and grabbed it. They noticed just as they were leaving the pit that it was still in there. So nice snipe to at least keep that for themselves.
And in the meantime, Pushka gonna get punched down. Oh, just outside Duraccio. He's so mad. The bear is angry. That was the sickest disruptor field ever.
I was like, I really can't believe he didn't tip him there. He was just worried that something was going to happen to stop his TP, but that would have been the swaggest tip of all time. Oh, but Pushka, you disappoint me.
He's out of tips now. He's been spamming them out. Oh,
that's why you got to save your tips, guys. You got to keep one.
Well, end up in a weird situation now. Second Aegis done. They have the cheese still on the Timber Saw and no Aegis for the TA.
Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall.
Still 9-second BKB though, so again, the halberds, right? Oh, my goodness. Does he still not have it?
Dude, poor Misha. 8 deaths in this game. Nyx takes away that TA trap that was laid down.
Maybe it doesn't really matter. He would still die. It's just kind of funny.
Oh, it's true. Totally. Greater Fairy Fire. Ooh, that's a great item for Necro. Although
the initiations are still just like so rough right now. Like they're gonna, they got the glimpse though, and oh, see ya.
Enrage, run away. Gotta be careful of round 2, 12 seconds away. Get the ulti onto Duraccio. Continued control turns on the Phonic. Guardian Greaves out. There's not enough save in the world for that one though. Kasani, jump in immersion. There's the blink and the Birds almost able to get the kill, but Razors save.